All right, ladies and gents, Earthlings. Here we go. Despicable Deadpool, all new, old origin. Despicable Deadpool 287. All right, got a couple of the comics here. 287. Back to the legacy numbering. That's what that's about. Just going back to the original numbering. Something to do with Quesada quitting, and then there's a whole editor-in-chief switch over at Marvel. But this ain't even about the comic. This is about the origin in it because I liked it so much. And we'll talk about some other good Deadpool, greatest hits and whatnot. Now, on the back of all the, they're not really relaunches. They're just, the Marvel Legacy thing. They're back to the original numbering, and I think they're going to put little brief origins in the back, which is always kind of cool, I think. So here we go. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, hey there, boys and girls. My name is Wade Wilson. So handsome, right? Like a young Ryan Reynolds. My backstory here is vague, subject to change according to Wikipedia and the whims of writers, but I think we can all pretty much agree that after a pretty yucky childhood, I joined the military and eventually became one of the top 10 most badasses in the world. I had dreams of being 5 of them. But all that went in the proverbial dumpster fire, that is, when I became part of the Weapon X program and got injected with Wolverine's cooties. See, I got a slight case of cancer of the everywhere, and these geniuses promised to fix me and give me awesome healing powers. Who is he talking to? None of your beeswax, day player. Spoiler alert, gang, their kooky experiments totally worked, and I became this. And even more badass, right? Or an even more badass, right? Fine, you're a badass, I'll say it. Hell, I'll tattoo it on my lower back. Just don't hurt me, okay? I'm just an intern. I think that's supposed to be Hydra Sideshow. What's his name? Hydra Bob. Sadly, the injections went sour or south, and so did I. Don't worry, it never stops burning or hurting. Plus, now I smell like beef jerky all the time. And let's be real for a second. Who doesn't love jerky? They took me out of the field and dumped me here with the rest of the bad eggs. In this happy home, I was subjected to even more torture by a whole new slew of creeps. Are you talking to yourself? Just ignore him. The man's insane, says the guy named Killebrew. They had a betting pool on which mutated reject would die first. Guess who never died, never took his name from said pool. Or who never died, who never took. Took his name from said pool. Find out. Come on, folks. Turn the page. Ta-da! Deadpool. Oh, man, what a relief. I've been telling some version of this facade yarn for decades. Feels so good to finally get it all down on the page. Let's never do this again, okay? It's because it's one too many origins. That's why I kind of thought I'd make the video, because I just thought it was really all right, so in conclusion, if you enjoy violence, crude humor, breaking the fourth wall occasionally, and the total disregard for continuity or shame, then head on down to your local LCS and ask your doctor if Deadpool is right for you. Now, first things first, this art is great. And it's, as you can see here, Robbie Thompson did a good job. Mark Bagley did the penciling, inking, colorist. Saw it right here. But Bagley's known for, usually drawing really, really fast. Ultimate Spider-Man, that is. Bendis classic run, or modern classic anyway. But he did such a phenomenal job on this. He really did a hell of a job. I mean, I didn't even know it was Bagley, because it looks like the guy took time. And, Bagley's usually in a super-duper hurry to get his stuff done. But, I mean, it's just such a nice-looking, origin. And I wasn't too fond of the issue. That's why I thought I'd touch up on a little Deadpool. Because Deadpool's always good, if you're, you got the blues, feeling depressed, etc., etc. Especially if they give you a little Xanax or Vicodin. That's why you're feeling the blues in the first place. No, the issue itself wasn't very good at all, especially for a Deadpool #1. I know it's 287, but it's part 1 of a new run, so to speak. They threw Despicable on top of it. The comic itself, Deadpool Kills Cable, Part 1, Take 2. It just, I don't know. It didn't feel like, what do these cost now? $4 or $5? What did I pay for? Yeah, these are 4. I got lucky. I got a couple of the variants. But the issue itself isn't anything like good Deadpool that I remember. Because I was a big Deadpool guy in the beginning. Now it's kind of everybody's into Deadpool. I mean, it ain't bad art, just if you read the story and whatnot. It's nothing like that of yesteryears, or even going back to the Deadpool Avalanche of '08. Matter of fact, let's go back there and check that out. That seems prim and proper and prudent for this here. Let's see here. Here we go. Cable and Deadpool. Okay, that's the 2004 stuff. This is volume 2 stuff. Here's some of it right here. The Daniel Way stuff. This is what I remember being really good. The complete collection, Daniel Way. This is one everybody should pick up. I ain't kidding you. They even had McGuiness do a bunch of the variant covers for the first few issues, kind of known as the Secret Invasion run. I think it's classified as Deadpool Volume 3. I'm not quite sure. Actually, I'm pretty sure, actually. Yeah, this was the run. If you want to get into some Deadpool, get the Daniel Way stuff. It's just beautiful. It's got a climax towards the middle with Deadpool dead. Tie in here. Curse of the Mutants ties into an X-Men story. Let's see. I can get some prices here. Deadpool by Daniel Way, the complete collection, volume 2. You get it on Amazon for $30 or whatever. And that's volume 2. I think it almost gets better as it goes. Paco Medina artwork. Is that right? Paco Medina. Let's see here. Yeah, Paco Medina and Carlos Barberei. These dudes just absolutely murdered it. And Daniel Way did some of the fucking best Deadpool writing since Joe Kelly's stuff from Volume 2, which really should be called Volume 1. Yeah, I really recommend you picking this up. And they even got the Joe Kelly Omnibus out. And he's actually back on the book now, too, on Amazing Spider-Man Deadpool. Deadpool Classic was part of this here at the top. Deadpool Classic Volume 1, the Fabian Nikezia stuff. That came out too with the what the hell is it? He's a creator, ain't he? From '94. Him and God, what the hell's the bloke's name? He can never draw feet too well. Those guys created it for, New Mutants or whatever the hell it was. New Mutants 98 from 94. But there was God, and some of these variant covers are just brilliant, aren't they? I mean, the variant covers, I mean, look at that. Is that not fucking awesome or what? Another Ed McGuiness cover. Look at that. Should blank in that foot there with some red marker or find the real print and cut that out and throw that on a t-shirt. Just the art part of it. From the Red Hulk run there. I mean, that is just awesome, huh? Look at this one. Deadpool Comics. And I think this is from the Way run, too. Let's see here. And this was a lot of fun too, I remember. I mean, you could just stare at this for days, huh? Look at that. Deadpool Wedding. Yeah, right here. This is the one. Deadpool's first appearance. This thing skyrocketed like Bitcoin. The Insufferable Deadpool. Wow, I didn't know Adam Glass wrote it. Yeah, this was another good one. This was part of that Avalanche, the 2008 Avalanche. So was this Deadpool Team Up. Probably came out in 2009. This book's a lot of fun, too. A lot of great things going on here. Look at that. They even got a fucking the Watcher with them and shit. Lady Deadpool. And this here is a super good comic. If you guys, let's see, here it is. Deadpool #1 by Gary Dugan. This came out a few years ago. I think it might be Volume 5, number 1. Get the trade, get the hardcover, or just find this number 1 issue. This was a kick-ass number 1 issue when they relaunched. This is the Marvel Now relaunch, but if you look, there was a Marvel Now relaunch from 2015 as well. So this is Marvel Now Deadpool 2. I mean, technically speaking. Deadpool Corpse is another one that came out, and what the fuck? You can't even read Deadpool Corpse without reading Prelude to Deadpool Corpse. Here he is, Liefeld, Rob Liefeld. He was the creator of Deadpool. Let's see. And look at that cover. Another Ed McGuiness cover. And Ed McGuiness is a big cover, a big deal. He's inherent, ingrained in the Deadpool mythology. Because he did the big run. They call it Volume 2, but it's really the Volume 1. Here, let's see if I can go find it. I'll go track it down on the thing here, and we'll do some real research on what was what. But you can't have Deadpool Corpse without Lady Deadpool, right? Looking good, mon ami, huh? Yeah. Before we go back and do the historical volumes and whatnot to help people learn what is what, here's the Daniel Way run, or the Secret Invasion run. I think it's Volume 3. Look at some of these covers. Aren't they just dope? I remember I still got this hardcover here. I think it was Volume 3 from that run anyway. Pirate Deadpool. They had a Dark Reign tie-in with the Thunderbolts. 70s Deadpool up there, at least in the writing. And that's another kick-ass issue, is the first Marvel Now, number 13 or 14. We'll say it's Deadpool Volume 4. That number 14, the 70s issue, is a super good Deadpool issue. But look at some of these variants. See, Daniel Way even brought in Hitman Monkey. I don't know if he brought him in as much as created him. Here, let's see. I had it up and didn't even look at it. He was a good character to bring into this shit, too. Or Hit Monkey. It should be Hitman Monkey. But he was a great thing to tie in to Deadpool back in 2008, 9, 10, when the whole Avalanche came out. Yeah, Daniel Way, created by Daniel Way in Deadpool 19. Yeah, and the Way run goes all the way up until issue 64, 65. It even goes further because they did a Deadpool 1000. They're kind of mocking the whole legacy thing back then in 2011, 2012, because Thor had, was Thor 600 and Iron Man 500. But now they're going back to it for real permanently, hopefully. But they make money putting out the new number 1s. That's why they always relaunch it. But yeah, the Daniel Way run is so good. I mean, look at some of these covers. It's just incredible. They even got the Ultimate Deadpool variant. How about that one? The Dow, huh? Ultimate Deadpool. Best variants, too, I think, were from the Way run as well. Suicide Kings is another part of that Avalanche. They had a lot of good variants, too. And there never was an Ultimate Deadpool. Too bad, huh? Here's this one, a slabbed one, 9.6. It's one right there you'd like to have. Alright, speaking of variants, I'm pretty sure that's part of the same. Yeah, 2009, 2008 to 2010 was a huge Deadpool avalanche. Just tons of Deadpool stuff. Nirvana cover Silence of the Lambs. What do you call it? MK Ultra. Attack of the 1,000-Foot Woman or whatever it is. On the far left here, you got Cub and Scout, Wolf Cub and Scout or whatever it is. Classic Japanese. They're kind of mocking that. Jizza on the Killer Priest video too. Jizza and Inspector Deck had something where they did a little homage to that as well. What is it? Wolf and Cub Scout or something? I wouldn't even know where to look that up, but that's what that's playing on there. Scarface there in the far right. Jaws down there in the bottom. Such great variants, huh? And this is that Bong Da-Zhao. He also did the art for a lot of the team-up, the Deadpool team-up stuff, which was probably came. I think that was part of it too. That must have came out in like 2010. Yeah, here's Deadpool Team Up. That was part of that same thing in that little time span there. These are a lot of fun too if you can find these. All the covers are by H.Ramos, whose Spider-Man is my favorite. Yeah, this was a lot of fun, all these. Some of the team-ups here. Mr. X or whatever from Thunderbolts for a while during the Dark Reign. Diggle's run. That was a good short little run. I just wish she would have done the guts. It's like you see these cool-looking covers and then the interior looks a lot different. Bong Dazau or whatever did. He did a good job. Not Paco Medina. What's his face good? Carlos Barberei good. I mean, Ramos is, but Ramos never did no interiors. Here we go. Merc with the Mouth is 09 to, and I want to say Suicide Kings is as well. There's the Way run. See, they got Deadpool Volume 2 up there at the top, 97, 2002. That's McGuiness and Kelly right there. See, Volume 1, 94. I don't know why that's a Volume 1 that's only 4 issues, and that's by Nicasia, I want to say. And Deadpool, The Circle Chase. But the real avalanche was, so it took them literally, outside of the McGuiness stuff, from 94 all the way to 2004, below the Way run here, the Secret Invasion run, Volume 3, you see Cable Deadpool, and that went all the way up until the avalanche started. Because when this Way Deadpool hit, man, oh wow, was that good. You also had Merc with the Mouth right at that same time, and I know you had Suicide Kings miniseries. Then in 09 you had the Deadpool Team Up, we went over that. And then you had Prelude to Deadpool Corpse, Deadpool Corpse. Also Deadpool Max is right in that same grouping. X-Men Origins Deadpool One Shot. Prelude to Deadpool. They put out the first Deadpool Classic, which collected all that stuff I just showed you above. That wasn't the McGuiness Kelly stuff. The Nicasia stuff. And the the New Mutants 98. The stuff that predated that, or was after New Mutants, but predated the Deadpool Volume 1 that I don't think should be a number 1. But that's about it, folks, man. Stick to the Daniel Way stuff. This 2008 Avalanche was just awesome. This website's pretty good, too, Comic Book Price Guide. Come here and look it up. But for sure, man, the 2008 run, what do they classify it as? Deadpool Volume 3, the Daniel Way stuff. Get that. And then get the Volume 5 run, too. Or at least Volume 1 of that with Gary Duggan. And Volume 4, I want to say, is the very, very good issue. The 70s issue, Deadpool 70s issue. Of course, Deadpool Team Up. And don't jump into Deadpool Corpse without reading Prelude to Deadpool Corpse, which I believe is much, much better. Otherwise, you can go buy the more modern stuff on the stands right now. Kelly and McGuiness are back at it, and Spider-Man Deadpool, pictured right there at the top of the screen. And you also got the one we just went over, the Despicable Deadpool. Even though I didn't like the first couple issues so much. But Deadpool's fun, like I said, if you're depressed and whatnot. Got a broken leg, you get some Vikes. Chew up some perks always makes it better. Or if you're really blue, you got some Xan bars or whatever they give you, Xanax. Prozac, showed him whack niggas with a doze at. Method Man. The Gauntlet, I gotta try that one out. One Shot, 2004. There's another one from the Avalanche, Marvel Spotlight Deadpool, 2009. See, it was just an incredible time for Deadpool fans. I'm happy I bought all those, man. Until next time, guys.